Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the English for non-subject specialists for medical students, second semester. Welcome everybody with me. My name is Shayban Harith Ahmed. I'm going to be, inshallah, your instructor for this semester for English subject. Today, we are going to start with Unit 1, and today the topic is about, the topic is about blood. So before I start, I just want to tell you about my program, inshallah, for this semester. This is your book. This is the book. You can have it as a sheet or as a PDF file. So this is your book. It is Medical Book 2. This is a complete book, and inshallah, we are going to cover 15 subjects. So we have here from Unit 1 to Unit 15. So we have to cover all the materials from Unit 1 to Unit 15, plus some topics of grammar, not too much grammar, but grammar, we are going to take some issues just to improve your, your level of English. So welcome to the class, and we are going now to start today the first topic, which is about the blood. It talks about the blood, types of blood, and some of the diseases, or difficulties some patients they suffer because of the issues that happen to blood, and as blood, diseases. As usual, in this class, we have listening. So you listen to, native speakers. They talk about the topic. And as I said last semester, if you remember, we said you have some problems, not with the terminologies. You are studying medical expressions, you are studying histology, biochemistry, biology, okay, or you have other topics which are very, very difficult. Your problem is how to talk about medicine, how to describe, I started at 3 o'clock, 3 minutes ago. Okay, so as I said, the class starts at 3. So now it's for 3 minutes. You are not late, Randa, anyway. So, okay. Now, we are going to look at some of the issues. If you see in here, so we have some issues about plasma and the need of plasma and why it is important. And we have clots, which they block, of course, the blood streams, and of course the most famous one, which is the red blood cells. They are the heroes of our circulatory system anyway. So now we are going to have a little paragraph about a blood bank. And if you heard of this expression, we have banks for money, and we have banks for blood, and also we have banks for genes, maybe for genetic, banks, and of course we have banks of food. So we have different types of banks, but today we are going to talk about the blood bank and why it is important. And after we have this paragraph, we are going, inshallah, to answer some of the questions. And as I said, the most important thing, you have to learn the language, how to talk about the topic of blood, how to describe a clot, for example, and what does a clot do to the bloodstream, how to avoid clots, how to treat clots. So here you need what? You need English language. Okay, so welcome to the class again. I'm really happy to start this semester with you two guys, and we are going to finish it, inshallah, all together and very successfully, as you did in your first semester. let us start, Bismillah, and listen carefully. And after that, we are going to answer the questions as they come in order. Listen, please.
Donor blood type. Type A. Eligible recipients. Type A, Type AB. Donor blood type. Type B. Eligible recipients. Type B, Type AB. Donor blood type. Type AB. Eligible recipients. Type AB. Donor blood type. Type O. Eligible recipients. All types.
Silverton Community Blood Bank. Donor introduction. Donor name: Anne Lee. Blood type: O negative. Dear donor, thank you for giving blood. Your blood may save the life of someone in need. At SCBB, we provide blood for transfusions to needy recipients. Not everyone can receive every type of blood. Each person's red blood cells carry different antibodies. We are always looking for donors with type O, since everyone's blood is compatible with type O. If you are one of these universal donors, we encourage you to donate blood frequently. Recipients with rarer types, like type B and type AB, are especially in need of your help. Of course, we also accept type A, since plenty of people can use that type too. Our on-site labs analyse each sample of plasma to ensure we're providing safe blood. We know that giving recipients the wrong type can cause blood clots. While some clotting is necessary to form platelets, clotting within blood vessels can be very dangerous. We also screen all donors for infectious diseases like hepatitis and HIV.
Okay. Now I want you to listen again. We are going now to listen again. So look at the way she pronounces things. The pronunciation is very important. So I want you now again. So we have types of blood, then about a blood bank, and it talks about one of the donors, Anne Lee. Listen again, then after that, we are going to talk about the topic in more detail. Listen, please.
Book 2, Unit 1, Blood. Exercise 5, page 5. Donor blood type. Type A. Eligible recipients. Type A, Type AB. Donor blood type. Type B. Eligible recipients. Type B, Type AB. Donor blood type. Type AB. Eligible recipients. Type A, Type O. Eligible recipients. All types.
Silverton Community Blood Bank. Donor introduction. Donor name: Anne Lee. Blood type: O negative. Dear donor, thank you for giving blood. Your blood may save the life of someone in need. At SCBB, we provide blood for transfusions to needy recipients. Not everyone can receive every type of blood. Each person's red blood cells carry different antibodies. We are always looking for donors with type O, since everyone's blood is compatible with type O. If you are one of these universal donors, we encourage you to donate blood frequently. Recipients with rarer types, like type B and type AB, are especially in need of your help. Of course, we also accept type A, since plenty of people can use that type too. Our on-site labs analyse each sample of plasma to ensure we're providing safe blood. We know that giving recipients the wrong type can cause blood clots. While some clotting is necessary to form platelets, clotting within blood vessels can be very dangerous. We also screen all donors for infectious diseases like hepatitis and HIV.
Okay, so the first question here, if you look at the yes, so what is the purpose? If I ask you to answer in speaking, what's the purpose of blood donation? Anyone can answer? You can answer me if you like. You can use your mics if I ask this question. What is the purpose of a blood donation? Anyone can answer? You can use your microphones. Okay, I don't want you to type the answer. Can you speak? You can speak if you like. This is a class, English class, so you can talk if you like. Okay, yes, Hadid?
Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you. Yes, go ahead, Hadid.
To save lives and to save people from bleeding to death.
Yes, very good. Yes, you have very nice pronunciation. Very good. What different blood types are there? What types of blood or different blood types are there? Anyone? Well, it's written in front of you. It's very easy. So we can say there are, how many types there are? Use the language. So we have 4 types, type A, type B, type AB, and of course, finally, it's called the universal donor with type O, which is compatible for all types of blood. Now, we are going now to answer the questions, true or false. Okay, you listened, or let's make it like this. So we have this passage here in front of you. Okay, so I don't want to make it very, very small, but donor only is a universal donor. Is it true or false? What do you think? Donor, yes. Only is a universal donor. Okay. Yes. So this is a true. Very good. Yes, true. T, you can put just the letter true. Now, the blood bank mostly needs donors with types B and AB. The blood bank mostly needs donors with type B and AB. Yes, so what is the correct answer? Type O, very good. Yes, Randa, well done. So this is F, false. Donors, number 3, donors risk clots in blood vessels when they give blood. So donors risk clots in blood vessels when they give blood. So here, no risks from clots. And I think people, when they donate, I'm not a physician, but I think if we donate our blood, we get healthier, right? We become healthier. Is it true? If you give frequently from time to time, is it true? If we give blood every 6 months or every 3 months, is it a good thing to do? Yes, so it is yes. Okay, so what is the age, which age that they do not donate blood? To what age it is acceptable to take blood from the person? Which age? We say this is the maximum age of donation, maximum. Which age? And minimum age. So is there a range of ages from minimum age, maximum age? Anyone can answer this? I don't know, you can tell me. Yes? No information? No one knows? Okay, so is it a difficult question? I don't know. I am not a physician, but which is the best age for donation? You should know, because this is your job anyway. In the future, you are going to be physicians, so you should know this information. Okay, now let's move let us move now to the vocabulary bank. So we have here, we have this exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct words and phrases. So you have type O, compatible, type AB, universal donor, transfusion. So number 1, what is the answer for 1? Yes, you can talk, guys. You can talk if you like. Yes, so this is number 1, transfusion. Number 2. Number 2. Yes. It's okay to give type A blood to someone who has type what? Type, yes, you are correct. Type AB. 3, the blood bank encourages every to donate as often as possible. So the answer 2, the blood bank. The blood bank encourages every what? To donate as often as possible. Yes, good. So we have, yes, universal donor. Donor. Number 4. If your blood is, you can give blood to anyone. So if your blood is type what? Type, yes, good. Type O. You can give blood to anyone. Okay. And finally, the hospital doesn't have any blood. That is with the patient's blood. So number 5 is compatible. Good. Compatible. Now let us move to the next exercise. Let's move to the next page. Now, we have here, again, we have the word bank again. We have platelet, plasma, type A, red blood cell, type B, and clot. So we have 3 here, 3 categories. So we have blood parts, blood groups, and stop blood loss. So we are going to fill the gaps. How about the blood parts? So what are the blood parts? Yes. Blood parts. So number 1 is, yes, let's see the answers. Plasma, very good. Randa, okay, Randa and Hadil are working really good. Yes, so we say plasma. Yes, plasma. And yes, and how about the blood parts? So we have plasma, the word plasma, and another word. We have, yes, red blood cell. Okay. Red blood cell. Okay, red blood cell. Blood groups. We have type A and type B. Okay. And finally, how to stop blood loss is by platelet, and clot. So clot and platelet. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, good. You said clot and platelets. Yes, so we can say even clots and platelets. So we can make it as a plural. Now we have another listening, and we are going now to listen again. So we have a listening again, and we have a conversation between a nurse and a blood doctor. So we are going to listen 2 times to the conversation between the nurse and the doctor who's responsible for blood, a blood doctor, and we have to answer these questions. So if we go a little bit up, what is the conversation mainly about? So they are going to talk. So if you can tell me what is the conversation is about. Is it about receiving a blood transfusion, or determining the man's blood type, or explaining compatible blood types, describing how platelets form clots, or number 2, who is likely to receive the man's blood? Recipients with type AB, or recipients with type B, or type O, or recipients with any type. We are going to listen 2 times now, twice. Then we are going to choose the correct answer. Listen, please.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 5.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, we're almost done taking your blood. Hold still for a little longer.
Sure. So where will my blood go?
Our facility provides blood to local hospitals and surgical centres for transfusions.
I see. So anyone might receive my blood?
Not quite. Your blood is type A, which means that it's only compatible with other people who have types A and AB. We can't give your blood to someone with type O or B.
Really? What happens if someone gets a transfusion with the wrong type?
That can be very dangerous, or even fatal.
Wow. So you have to be pretty careful about labelling, don't you?
That's right. We keep very careful records here to make sure no one gets the wrong blood type.
Okay, listen again.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 5.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, we're almost done taking your blood. Hold still for a little longer.
Sure. So where will my blood go?
Our facility provides blood to local hospitals and surgical centres for transfusions.
I see. So anyone might receive my blood?
Not quite. Your blood is type A, which means that it's only compatible with other people who have types A and AB. We can't give your blood to someone with type O or B.
Really? What happens if someone gets a transfusion with the wrong type?
That can be very dangerous, or even fatal.
Wow. So you have to be pretty careful about labelling, don't you?
That's right. We keep very careful records here to make sure no one gets the wrong blood type.
Okay, so she said it's fatal. It's very dangerous. So I don't know, but is it possible that if a person takes the wrong blood, is it possible that the person or the patient dies? Does it happen if someone takes the wrong blood type, that person dies? I don't know. You know, maybe. Infection, only infection. No, she said fatal. Fatal means something very, very dangerous. That means they might even die. Only infection. Okay. Yes. Yes, in the blood that causes death. Yes, yes. So, in the blood infection that causes death. Thank you. Okay. I'm learning from you now. You are teaching me. Okay. So, infection leads to death. Good. Now, What's the conversation mainly about? What was, or what is the, yes, is it about A, B, C, or D? Yes, very good. So it is about explaining compatible blood types. Good. And who's likely to receive the man's blood? Number 2. Number 2 is A. Very good. Who's likely? So recipients with type AB. Good. Now we are going to listen again and we are going to fill the gaps with the conversation, which is going to be done by the, or given by the, as I said, the nurse and the donor. Okay, now let's listen again, then we answer the rest of the questions. We are going to fill the gaps now.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 5.
OK, Mr. Lewis. We're almost done taking your blood. Hold still for a little longer.
Sure.
So, yes, so she says, hold still. Hold still. Yes. 2.
So where will my blood go?
Our facility provides blood to local hospitals and surgical centres for transfusions.
Okay. So, for transfusions. Okay. 3.
I see. So anyone might receive my blood.
So anyone can. Anyone can. Is it not can? No, anyone might. Sorry, not the word can. Yes, I said can. It's might. Sorry. Might receive. Anyone might. Yes.
Not quite. Your blood is type A, which means that it's only compatible with other people who have types A and AB. We can't give your blood to someone with type O or B.
Really?
So we can't give your blood to someone with types O or B. Okay, really?
What happens if someone gets a transfusion with the wrong type?
That can be very dangerous or even fatal.
Wow. So you have to be pretty careful about labelling, don't you?
That's right. We keep very careful records here to make sure no one gets the wrong blood type.
So number 5, with the wrong type. And that can be very dangerous, very. Very dangerous. Okay. Now, let's move to the last part of this class today. So we have for writing, here we have okay. So when you speak, when you talk, if you look at the language here, we have the language the nurse used with the donor, and in the beginning we listened to the introducer of the program. When she talked with the patient, she said, "We are almost done. We are almost done." So that means we are almost finished. So why is she saying this? To make the patient feels, we say, relaxed. So you have to talk politely with the patient and not to, we say, to add more stress on him. Yes. And then the donor said, or the patient said, what happens if, he said, what happens if my blood goes to the wrong, we say, recipient? So what if, here using if conditional. So if your blood goes to the wrong, to your donated blood goes to a wrong recipient, that would be very dangerous or even fatal. As you said, one of you told me you have a blood infection and that might lead to death. Yes, so that can be very dangerous, that or even fatal. Now, maybe in the future, you might have, we say, visitors or the doctors who are, examiners, they come as visitors. So you might have a question like this. So I want you to use the language if conditionals. We are going to have, inshallah, this course or this semester, some, we say, simple rules about if, how to use if conditional, or we say possibility and impossibility. How to talk about a possible thing, how to talk about an impossible thing, just to develop your ability of speaking. Okay, now the final thing in here, we have blood donor profile. So in many hospitals, they have this name, blood type, eligible recipients, and ineligible recipients. So eligible means the patients who can take the blood, and ineligible, that means patients who cannot take the blood. So for example, if I say, let's say Mr. for example, Sami Ahmed, for example, a name, blood type, let's say AB. So eligible recipients, what are the eligible? Who can take this blood? Yes, you can answer if you like. Yes, this is not a test, but this is yes. So a recipient who AB again, and yes. So this type of blood is, they call them the stingy, al-bakhil. Why? Because it gives only to AB. And ineligible, the other types, which is, of course, O, yes, A, B. Okay, and AB, I think it takes all the types of blood, right? Am I right that the AB type of blood takes type A, takes type B, and takes type O? Is it right? Okay. Yes. Type O or B. Yes. So yeah. So it takes yes. So it takes from everybody and it gives only to AB. Okay. Anyway, yes. And the generous one, type O, I think, gives to everyone. It gives to AB, to B, to O, to A. Yes. Okay. Now, I don't know about here in Libya, but which blood type is considered very rare? It's very difficult to find this type of blood. Which type of blood? Here. From your studies, from your experience, Which type blood? I don't know. AB? AB, you think AB is the rarest, very rare. It's very difficult to find. AB, okay, yes. Anyway, my blood is type AB. I am an AB blood type. Okay, so yes, anyway. So this is very funny. So that means type AB is very rare in here. Okay. Now, because we missed, the classes for the other days, I'm going to give you now. Well, this is what you said. I asked you the question and you said type AB is the rarest. It's very rare. It's very difficult to find. So yes, so your teacher has type AB blood. Okay, anyway, so because we missed the class of last week, I have to give you today an extra class just to make you ready, inshallah, for to finish the whole thing. So today I'm not going to give you grammar. We are going just to take another lesson which is bones, about bones. And after I finish the class today, inshallah, you will have this lesson recorded on YouTube. So I will send it, inshallah, to your representative, Abdul Bari. So Abdul Bari is your representative, and I'm going to send him, inshallah, the link. Yes, the same of last year, but with some changes. Okay, guys, who said Hadil? Look at me. This semester, we are going to take your topics just like that. And the grammar is going to be just like that. So this is medical language. Okay, we take 15 units in here. And we take some topics of grammar, not too many. We say some. Okay, why? Because medical language is more important than the grammar. The grammar is, we say, a little part. Let's say 70% of the topic and 30% for grammar. So to be fair, so you have to control the language of medical terms and medical terminologies, and the grammar is going to help you. So inshallah, we are going to talk about if conditionals next classroom, inshallah. So we are going to talk about if clauses, if conditionals next class, inshallah. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to bones. As you can see here from the in front of you, the page in front of you. So we have a very important part of the human body, which is the skeleton, and of course the bones. And I just want to ask a question. How many bones are there in our bodies? Do you know how many bones, the number of bones that make the human body? 206. Are you sure? Wow. Okay, is the number of bones different? Another question. Is the number of bones different from children to adults? So is the number of bones in children is different from adults? Or children, adults? Yes, Randa? You have a question, okay. What's the question? You can talk, guys, you can talk. You can use your mics if you want. Yes, you can talk. You have the freedom to talk. Yes. Okay. Now we are going to to children has about 300 bones. Wow. So why? So that means yes. Okay, I don't know about the midterm, guys. I have no idea, but inshallah, if we have a midterm exam, the department is going to tell me, then I'll tell you. So no problem. Okay, yes, inshallah. If we have, so we will have a schedule, inshallah, next week. Okay, I'll check this and you'll be okay. No problem. Yes, if it is going to be a midterm, I have no problem with this, or just a final exam. I have no idea. Okay, like you, I don't know anything. Let us start now. Okay, yes. So let's finish now the talking about, yes. Now today the topic is about some we say issues related to broken bones. And as you know, broken bones or fractures happen, we say, quite frequently, and they happen maybe to millions of people every year. And this is one of the major, you know, when you go to the ER room or to the casualty departments or emergency rooms in hospitals, they have mostly everyday cases or patients with broken bones. So now we are going to listen again, as usual, to this, you know, paragraph. Then we are going to deal with the vocabulary and the grammar and the, not the grammar, but we say language use for this chapter. Listen, please, and then we are going to answer the questions.
Bones. Exercise 5, page 7. Broken bones. Bone health is vital.
Body's general well-being. The skeleton provides the body's basic framework, while bone marrow is an important part of the immune system. Damaged bones must be treated carefully to avoid improper healing. This guide will help you identify fractures so you can treat them accordingly. Stress fractures require fairly straightforward treatment. The bone is typically cracked rather than broken all the way through. This means no repositioning is necessary before the bone heals. Displaced fractures, on the other hand, are tricky. They require that the bone be reset before it can heal. Compound fractures and impacted fractures, for example, require extensive repositioning so the bone heals in the right place. Comminuted fractures are especially complicated because the bone is split into several pieces. If you work with children, you will likely encounter green stick fractures. These common fractures occur when young soft bones are bent.
Now listen again.
Unit 2, Bones. Exercise 5, page 7.
Broken bones. Bone health is vital to a body's general well-being. The skeleton provides the body's basic framework, while bone marrow is an important part of the immune system. Damaged bones must be treated carefully to avoid improper healing. This guide will help you identify fractures so you can treat them accordingly. Stress fractures require fairly straightforward treatment. The bone is typically cracked rather than broken all the way through. This means no repositioning is necessary before the bone heals. Displaced fractures, on the other hand, are tricky. They require that the bone be reset before it can heal. Compound fractures and impacted fractures, for example, require extensive repositioning so the bone heals in the right place. Comminuted fractures are especially complicated because the bone is split into several pieces. If you work with children, you will likely encounter green stick fractures. These common fractures occur when young soft bones are bent.
Okay. So now we have the true, false. Yes, so true, false, question number 2. So number 1, bone marrow is necessary to help heal fractures. Bone marrow. Yes, is it the marrow? Yes, so yes, only Hadil. Okay, guys, you have to try. It's okay if you make a mistake. It's not a big deal anyway. So this is, yes, where is my pen? Yes, this is false. Yes, so after inshallah we finish inshallah this week, before the end of this week, this lecture will be recorded on YouTube. Of course, yes, as usual. But the classes of this semester are different from the classes of last semester. So yes, I'll put it on YouTube, inshallah, and I'll send the link to your representative, Mr. Abdul Bari. Okay, he's Abdul Bari, right? Yes, so I'm going to send him the link, then you can have the recorded, yes, class. Now, number 2, stress fractures are easier to treat than other fractures. Yes, so this is true. And finally, some fractures require repositioning the bone after it heals. Some fractures require repositioning after it heals. So when they are healed, do we reposition them? False, of course, because they are healed. No problem. So they are healed. So when they are healed, so the broken bone is okay. So why do we reposition it? So this is a wrong answer. False, yes. Because it says it heals after it heals. Heals means the bone gets okay. So, or the broken bone becomes very good or very well. So why do we just reposition it? Okay. Yes, that's in comminuted fractures only. Now we match the vocabulary. Look at the vocabulary from number 1 to number G. So for number one, yes. Let's see, number 1. Yes, so number 1 is with bone, goes with D. Yes, a strong hard part of the body's structure. Marrow. What's the marrow? Yes, it is F, soft substance with immune function. So marrow is F. And impacted, 3. Yes, impacted, E. So E having parts crushed together. Yes, green stick, 4. Green stick is, yes, C, the breakage of a young soft bone. So this is C. Compound, yes, it is the having a bone, yes, protruding through the skin, which is a very, very, I think, painful fracture. Yes, 6, comminuted, 6 is G, yes, so being broken into several pieces. And finally, yes, final one, stress fracture, it's B, which is a minor crack in a bone. Crack, it's not a split or comminuted or impacted, it's just a fracture. And I think many children had or have fractures when they were children, because of maybe playing games or football. Yes, anyway, so this is good. Yes, and any question? We have a question here. No question. Okay. Yes. Now we go to the next part, and we are going now to choose the correct answers. Put a tick about these sentences here. So we have the patient's stress fracture, yes, protruded through his skin. So is it true or false? Which one is correct? Which one is false? So put a tick. Or the diagram of a skeleton shows all the major bones in the body. So for this one, the patient's stress fracture protruded through the skin, his skin. So is it protruded? So going through the skin, the stress? No. So this is no, wrong. The diagram of a skeleton shows all the major bones in the body. So the diagram, so this is, yes, we put a tick. Good. A, marrow is the ridged part that makes up a body's structure, the marrow. No, yes, it's not the marrow. The technical term for a broken bone is a fracture. So number B, yes, so the technical, it's a fracture. Yes, if the displaced bone is not realigned, it may cause permanent disability. If look here, if conditional, inshallah, next class, next week, inshallah, our grammar, we are going to study if conditional. Why? Because I need you to use if conditional correctly. So if the displaced bone is not realigned, it may cause a permanent, we say, disability. Are you sure it is F? It's the displaced bone, this one here. Just a minute, we go here, just a minute. Where is it? Displaced. Yes. On the other hand, are tricky. They require that the bone be reset before it can heal. Displaced fractures. They are tricky. They require that the bone be reset before it can heal. Yes. So here. So it is true. Yes, it is true. A green stick fracture is most common among elderly patients. This is the wrong one. Yes, the green stick is happens with what? With whom? With children. So this is wrong. Okay, yes, because as I said, displaced, yes. Anyway, one little mistake is not a big deal anyway. Okay, now we have, yes, now we are going to listen again to a conversation between a doctor and a medical student. So look here, you are going to have maybe this conversation in the future, maybe, with your visiting doctors, with your examiners, I don't know. So we are going to listen to this conversation between you, maybe inshallah in the future, and a doctor about about issues related to, we say, bones. Now, what is the purpose of the conversation? What is the topic? To learn about different fractures, to classify a type of fracture, to determine the cause of a fracture, to locate a fracture on an X-ray. This is number one. Two, what does the student identify incorrectly? What was his mistake? The bone that was broken, the severity of the fracture, the steps required before healing, the type of treatment needed. Okay, now let's listen again. Listen, go to listening, and we do it together.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 7.
So, Roger, tell me what you see in this X-ray.
Let's see. Well, there appears to be a fracture of the left tibia.
That's right. Can you identify the type of fracture?
It doesn't look too serious. I'd say that's a pretty standard stress fracture.
Are you sure? Maybe you should take a closer look.
Is that wrong? It's not comminuted, is it? I don't see multiple bone fragments.
No, it's not comminuted. You're right about that.
Then I don't know. What am I missing?
Can you see how the bone is slightly displaced?
Where? Oh, I see that now. Of course.
So, what do we have to do before the bone starts healing?
We'll need to realign the bone so that the two parts connect in the right place.
Okay, listen again.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 7.
So, Roger, tell me what you see in this X-ray.
Let's see. Well, there appears to be a fracture of the left tibia.
That's right. Can you identify the type of fracture?
It doesn't look too serious. I'd say that's a pretty standard stress fracture.
Are you sure? Maybe you should take a closer look.
Is that wrong? It's not comminuted, is it? I don't see multiple bone fragments.
No, it's not comminuted. You're right about that.
Then I don't know. What am I missing?
Can you see how the bone is slightly displaced?
Where? Oh, I see that now. Of course.
So, what do we have to do before the bone starts healing?
We'll need to realign the bone so that the two parts connect in the right place.
Okay. So for number 1, question number 1. Yes, anyone can give the answer for number 1? Yes. So we say the answer is yes. Anyone? You don't know. What is the purpose of this conversation? To learn about different fractures, to classify a type of fracture, to determine the cause of a fracture, or to locate a fracture on an X-ray. Yes, very good, Hadil. So this is B, to classify a type of fracture. Now, what does the student identify incorrectly, wrongly? So again, yes, it is the severity of the fracture. He didn't recognize to what extent the fracture. Yes. So yes. Now, we are going now to finish the conversation again as usual. So we listen, and then we yes. So we listen, and then we write the missing words, inshallah. Okay, let's listen. Let's do it here. So we have the doctor. She is a she. She's a female. And Roger, the student. Listen, please, and fill the missing words.
Exercises 6 and 7, page 7.
So, Roger, tell me what you see in this X-ray.
So we say, so Roger, tell me what you see. So tell me what you see in this X-ray. Okay, good.
Let's see. Well, there appears to be a fracture of the left tibia.
That's right.
Well, let's see. Well, there appears to be. There yes, fracture of the left tibia. Okay, then
Can you identify the type of fracture?
Can you identify the type of fracture?
It doesn't look too serious. I'd say that's a pretty standard stress fracture.
Are you sure?
So, he said, it doesn't look too serious. I'd say that's a pretty standard, what? Stress fracture. Okay, let me write it again. Stress fracture. Then the doctor, are you sure?
Maybe you should take a closer look.
Is that wrong? It's not comminuted, is it? I don't see multiple bone fragments.
No, it's not comminuted. You're right about that.
Then I don't know. What am I missing?
Can you see how the bone is slightly displaced?
Where? Oh, I see that now. Of course.
So, what do we have to do before the bone starts healing?
We'll need to realign the bone so that the two parts connect in the right place.
It is not number 6. It's not what? Yes, comminuted. Very good. Okay. It's not comminuted. Okay. Now, after we finish this one in here, the conversation in here, we have to again go back to we see here, we say the useful language in here. We have, we say talking about possibilities. For example, when I say there appears to be a fracture, so we can say it appears to be, or maybe you should, so using auxiliaries, maybe you should have a closer look, maybe you should make, or maybe you should think again. So here, should, could, and using the auxiliaries like can, could, will, would, may, might, shall, should, etc. Can you see how it is, for example, broken? So here we use auxiliaries. Inshallah, we are going to take these little grammatical issues. I'm not going, as I said, to complicate things, but we can have these topics of about auxiliaries, inshallah, in the next classes. And for grammar, I'm going to take a note. Okay, so the grammar, inshallah, this semester is not going to be as much as you had already taken last semester, but I want to make a balance. The topics, 70-75%, and let's say 30%, 25% is for grammar, just to, let's say, improve your language. Now, do you have any questions? Any questions, guys, before we finish the class? Any questions? No questions? Any questions? You can, if you don't want to talk, so you can talk if you like. I'm going to let you talk now. You can use your mics if you want to ask about anything. Yes? No? Okay, so no one. Okay, inshallah, I'm going to, this recorded class is going to be on YouTube. and you're going to have this link. And also, inshallah, I'm going to give you some of the, we say, self-access learning, how to develop yourselves by yourselves using some materials. I put it online for free. You don't have to go to, we say, language centers. You don't have to pay money for it. The same book, yes, the advanced, yes, it's the same book, Aisha, it's the same book, the grammar book, but not all the topics. I'm going to show you. So next class, we are going to talk about if conditionals. I'll show you the pages. We do the exercises together, not too many things, simple things, but to develop, inshallah, your language. Yes, it's the same book, but not everything, just few topics, inshallah, for this semester, and you can develop your skills of speaking language, English language. Okay, this is the end of the class then, if you don't have any questions. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for coming. And I wish you all the best, guys. And inshallah, this semester will be very successful as your last semester with me. And alhamdulillah for everything. And inshallah, see you all well and in good health next time. Ma'as salama.